Julien Duliere, or Juju as we like to call him, was born in April 1988 in a place in France called Courcouronnes, which is in the province of Eston. Now he grew up in a small town called Rink, or as I like to call Grigny, which is a ghetto area on the outskirts of Paris. At just age 8, his parents divorced, and this inspired Juju to follow his passion for ice skating. His devoted mum supported him every step of the way, and since then he's filmed adverts. He's been very prolific in terms of ice skating in France, and now he's come over to England to show us what he can do. We're going to catch up with Juju after he's finished on the ice and ask him a few questions and get to know him a bit better. So Juju, tell me what it's like growing up in a poor area in France in the early 1990s.
I think I had a normal life. I learned certain values in a rough neighbourhood, community values. I was lucky enough to meet people from lots of different cultural and ethnic backgrounds. I never really wanted anything that I didn't have. A normal life, in fact, far from the stereotypical view portrayed by the media.
So you hated school as a kid, and a lot of kids in your situation found themselves in gangs and got themselves in lots of trouble. What was it that steered you away from that?
I think this was largely because of my mother. I didn't want to do anything bad or stupid that would cause suffering to my mother. Also my skating. Loads of skating. I spent practically all my time at the skating rink. Every weekend, every moment it was open in fact. And sport in general, especially Taekwondo. This really helped me to escape my environment. It was good for me.
After school you trained as a plumber, and as soon as you qualified the company went bust. And this was about the same time that you kind of started to make a break on the ice skating front.
I felt low at first, then I saw this as a chance to broaden my own work experience. I did a bit of casual work, some security work. I got the chance to do lots of different jobs and get loads of work experience, even if at the beginning I was disappointed about losing my job.
So you became a prodigy for Philippe Candelero, the French Olympic medal winner. Has he been your biggest influence on you?
Yeah, I think you could say that. It's probably thanks to him that I am where I am today. It's him that got me my first contract. He's a smart businessman and a great guy.
Can you tell us a little bit about the shows we've performed in?
I had the chance to do a Hello and Goodbye with Philippe Candelero, my very first contract. I've also worked with a French-Canadian company, Le Patin Libre. I was part of a big show where I did stunt work, acrobatics, fire juggling. I also starred in the Rexone Shaw advert and lots of other freestyle events that I organised myself at various skating rinks.
When it comes to the ice rink, what makes you unique?
I describe myself as a normal person. Perhaps a bit of a crazy guy at first, but really a normal guy who's been lucky enough to do something he loves. I'm not really the one to say it, but just someone with a natural gift for skating.
Tell us how you got the Shaw advert that's currently being screened in 12 different countries.
It was Alexandre Hamel, who was directing Le Patin Libre, who put me in touch with the company producing the advert. I went straight in for the screen test and I just happened to be suitable for the role. It was a great experience. Wareing is just a guy with a passion for sport. A great team. A unique experience for me considering I didn't know much about the film world. I think I've been really lucky to have had the chance to be in this ad.
Tell us a little bit about what your life is like as an artist and a performer.
Les hôtels, les voyages. Hotels, travel, meeting all sorts of people. All this is fantastic experience and a great preparation for me if someday I want to take on the role of a businessman.
What gives you the most satisfaction as a performer?
Le public.
The public. I think the public, because when you're in front of an audience and you enjoy giving your performance, and when they love the performance, there's nothing better. Giving pleasure to people who've come to see me, this is what really gives me a sense of satisfaction.
You also do a bit of dancing and a bit of fire eating. Tell us how you got into that.
J'ai eu la chance.
I had the chance to grow up with people who dedicated their lives to breakdancing. Me and some friends were part of a group called Inner Steam, managed by Sissavon. Thanks to them, I was able to learn several techniques I could use on the ice. As far as fire eating goes, that's thanks to Patin Libre. In one of their shows, I learned how to perform with fire. It's important in this game to know how to do many things, whether this is acrobatics, skating, fire eating, stunts, or martial arts. All this is good stuff to learn.
So you're already in demand, you're performing all over the world. What do you most like about travelling and what do you least like about travelling?
Alors, je pense que les avantages.
The advantages. As I said at the start of this interview, I've known an area of France where there are many different cultures. So travel has allowed me to see what's actually going on in the various countries I grew up in, so to speak. The disadvantages are being a long way from loved ones during certain months of the year and living out of a suitcase.
You've done a bit of acting, a bit of modelling. Is ice skating where your heart is, or would you like to do other things?
J'ai pas vraiment de préférence.
I don't really have a preference. I think I'd quite like to try being in a film to see if I'd be any good at acting. Why not?
So what you've already achieved already, what are you most proud of?
Everything. In fact, I don't think I've got any favourites, because in every job I've been able to do until now, in each thing there are good bits, and in each thing there are bad bits. You can't just have the good bits, the bad bits help you to learn and get better.
2011 was a fantastic year for you. What are your aspirations for 2012?
Plein de choses.
Loads of things. Lots of work. I hope to meet a lot of interesting professional people. If possible, land a role in a film.
Mais surtout,
But most of all, learn to speak English fluently. I think this has got to be the priority.